So when you get back control, you have to keep in mind, you have hooks and then you have seatbelt. You're attacking that side because this is your top hand. That's the choking hand right here. That's the choking hand right here. And what happens is that you have to control their head when you have this seatbelt right here. When you have a seatbelt, you want the top arm to be more under their arm, so it's harder for them to grab it as compared to right here, right in the center. Okay. The next thing that you want to pull it in here. Next thing, what I would typically want to do is I would want to fall off to my choking side, because that's where you have a lot of options. Because if I fall off of this side, this is the side that he needs to get to escape. And then he can begin to turn his inner shoulder in, blocks the knee, puts hands, scoots the hips out, or just turns in back in the car. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is using the wrong side to set up the choke. So when you're here, oftentimes they're going to grab your hands and prevent this choke right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to use this right hand. Keep it on my head. Because they're going to be typically consumed with this hand, which is the right hand to choke. Okay. You can, and you were here for the seatbelt here. Okay. I can pull this one out. I could go across. You'll have to switch hands and so forth. I can keep fighting this battle. One key detail that Jean-Jacques taught me is whenever you get back control, don't go here. When you grab a collar, you need like 3 more steps to finish the back. Whenever you get here, go back here and cup their shoulder. So your head controls here. Because here, I can cup the shoulder for no gi. I can finish here. I could grab my own gi here, finish. It's way tighter. If I go here, I have to go here, 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 pull. See how many more steps I have? And it's just more opportunity for the other person to escape. So whenever you get to back control, you want this right here. Immediately go for the shoulder. Gi, no gi. And your head controls their head, moving it towards the dominant side, because I'll get here and then I'll finish. All right. Joseph, keep your eyes up. We're here. We got the seatbelt, okay? The one thing that you have to understand, whenever you get back control, you're never going to be sitting up. You're going to be falling to one side or the other, because this is just a way to teach a back control. But in reality, it never happens like this. They're going to be pushing back, left, right, and it's going to be that way. So what I'm going to show you guys is an interesting triangle. He's focusing on this hand coming up. I'm going to use this hand to control this arm here, and I need to pull this one out. I'm going to tilt on this side here, and I'm going to use this knee to control that arm. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to take this arm, I'm going to push it down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross my feet right here. And now what's going to happen is that I'm going to tilt them to the left, grabbing my shin, and I'm going to walk a triangle right here. And then here you have arms and triangles and all kinds of great stuff here that you can finish. Let me show you again. Let's go straight if you can. So we're here. He grabs my arm. I'm going to control this arm here. As I fall to my right side, my right leg goes across his hip line right here. So it's harder for him to move across it. Okay. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this leg over his shoulder, and I'm going to pull my arm out. Then I'm going to push it back in. So I go 1, 2. So I have this control here. All right. I have a couple options here, but I'm going to go for the triangle. If you notice, my right hand is controlling his hand, and I'm going to like hip into him, and I'm going to tilt him to the left as my right hand controls my own shin right here. As I pull it, and I start finishing the triangle. Okay. Let's sit that way. Yeah, just an angle. here, I have this control right here. He grabbed the top hand. I bring my bottom hand with the underhook here. You fall off. My right foot goes here. As I chop here, pull, push, hook one, and lock. As I roll them this way, my right hand was here. From here, I'm gonna reach for my shin, right here. And I'm just gonna fall to my left shoulder. Okay, put your foot on the hip, and now I have a very tight triangle. From here, not only is it a triangle, but I also have arm lock, Kimura, wrist lock, and triangle, okay? So, let's see here. Because when we fall to the other side, then you guys don't see. So as you get here, he grabs, and I'm gonna keep selling this top arm like I really want this collar. This hand goes right here, okay? And I grab his palm, wrist right here, okay? I can grab it like this, because what I wanna do is I wanna control it here. So as I fall to my right side, get here. And now it's gonna have, I'm still keep selling this, because it's gonna defend it more. But what I need is, I need to pull my arm out. Okay, so you put it over his shoulder right here, and this foot is across his hip line. Now I'm gonna pull this out just enough to shove his arm down. And now I have 1, 2, okay? This right hand still stays as I'm gonna literally arch away, tilt, sit up, and reach and grab my shin, okay? From here. Eric, walk your feet to your right, and just circle. Okay? So we went from here to here, okay? And I'm already in the triangle. My right foot will preferably go to the hip as I scoop my hips back. And I want this foot to catch, and I prefer my right foot to be under his hip, okay? So now I'm in a triangle. If I wanted to be worse, I can scoot back a little, put pressure on the triangle here, or you have key lock, Kimura, wrist lock, straight arm lock, triangle. That make sense? One last time. The key here is to get this position where you know he wants to go to that side, but you get this arm here so you're constantly selling this so he's consuming. So here. So as I go here, my left leg is literally over his shoulder. If you're here, it may not work, but it may. But what I want to do is I want to like get here to trap that arm, pull it out just far enough so I can push this in, chop it once, and chop it twice right here while controlling this. Because you also have to keep in mind, as I go here, you can also get potentially arm locks too, okay? But we're gonna talk about the triangle. So here, he sells it. I'm moving in here, I'm trying to walk it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Controlling the hand. Because maybe here, I'll get this, and that works, okay? So now, as I hip into him and turn onto this side here, okay? Walk your feet back. See what it did? So I went from here, I went here, and my right hand reaches for my shin before I unlock it. I start pulling it back, and I hook it. If you need to, you can take it off. But what you'll realize is when you're here, as you fall to your left side, you lock it very easily without having to unlock it, without having to do this. But his arm is still caught in. So your right hand is gonna be under his arm. So as you fall, here, and I want this foot to kind of hook on their back. Because now, here, 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 and maybe even here. But I don't know why you would need to because you already have them locked up in the trunk. Make sense, guys? All right. So everybody's gonna start with the hooks. Remember, feet should never be together. Definitely never to be crossed, unless they're kind of like right here. Then you can cross your feet. Yeah, because he can't reach you with the feet. You reaches it with the feet, you're that, and it's very embarrassing to get submitted that way. If you're here and you, yeah, right there. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's horrible. That's, you might as well just quit. So you're here, look, left hand over, right hand under, and your right hand, see both the left. He grabs, as I keep selling this, I reach, grab that wrist right here. As we fall off, my right foot goes across, okay? And then from here, just so you see, my left foot chops, pulls, here, 1, 2. And then, right. And I won't torture him anymore. So maybe one. All right, let's do it. Want to do it? Grab somebody similar sizes and some different skill level. Eric, are you sure you want to go? Joseph. David, go with Adam. Eric. Here, you guys go then. Okay, that's fine. And then working with these two so they don't kill each other. So Joseph doesn't hurt his dad. All right, left hand over, right.